back to the best of TV Burp. New German dance on Strictly.
I really want to bounce back for them as well as myself.
Cheese with wind problem on Wallace and Gromit's World of Invention.
Here's a piece of strong cheese. Cheese has a sound, probably all of its own.
And on Kirsty's Homemade Home, Kirsty makes a lovely pair of new pants for Phil.
Once you've joined the panels together, you get your perfect pear shape. Just remember to leave a hole for the balls to go into.
I'll tell you what you don't see enough of on TV. A three-legged deer attacking a video camera.
Hey, son! Hey! Bambi! Hey! You was a camera shot!
It's nice to see. This was Johnny's New Kingdom, which follows West Country legend Johnny Kingdom as he attempts to film wildlife with a camcorder, whilst being filmed by a proper camera crew. Yeah. He doesn't do it all with his camcorder. No. He's got a couple of hidden cameras, too.
Just look at the screen when it comes on. Now, what do you think that is?
I've no idea, mate. This week, Johnny introduced us to the world of the dormouse. And what does the dormouse like to do for a holiday?
But before you go to the expense of buying loads of nest boxes, we use these nesting tubes because dormice will camp in these.
Yeah, usually go camping. Yeah. And they could use a mobile phone cover as a rucksack. There's a rucksack for a dormouse. And inside there, he's got half a cotton bud soaked in petrol as a torch. Uses that as a torch. As a sleeping bag, he uses a child's sock. Yeah. And then, as a tent, what he can do is uses a lady's bra. Like that. There's two little tents there for them. But first, on the floor of the tent, for extra comfort, he puts a panty liner. But I haven't got one of those. Johnny asks all the right questions, though.
Yeah, why is this one so steep?
Because the branch is steep.
You do. You do have to be careful with dormice, though, as they're protected species. Not just anyone can handle them.
To disturb a dormouse in its nest is unlawful unless you have a licence.
Yeah, see, I'm licensed to disturb a dormouse. Yeah, there's the licence there, it's my licence. Given by the DDLA, Licence to Disturb Dormouse Authority. Although I got 3 points on it after I disturbed a dormouse and it made a complaint, but it was quite a sharp stick. 11 points on your licence, you can't disturb dormice no more. No, you have to go back to disturbing field mice, which is nowhere near as much fun. Johnny's got his own idea of how to attract dormice.
Nice to
See you. Bye-bye.
But you know, he thinks my tennis balls won't work. But I'm going to put some food in mine, some nuts and some raisins.
It was nice to see a lady playing a banjo horse on How to Look Good Naked this week.
And I always think people do. If I don't like what I see.
Yeah, the banjo horse. Never one to encourage gratuitous nudity. I'm really not sure about Gok's competition.
I meet people of all different shapes and sizes who dislike their bodies, but I also meet those rare people who are confident with the skin they're in.
And if the calendar girls can do it, so can you. Up and down the country, you're stripping off and piling on their body confidence. I want you to keep sending me the results.
I bet you do. Cheeky monkey. Remember the 70s? Well, if you do remember the 70s, you'll love Channel 4's Never Did Me Any Harm, where today's mum figures it would be a good idea for her kids to get a taste of what it was like in the 70s. And it brought it all back to me. the clothes.
It's rough and ready.
Those giant pyjamas, remember them, girls? And what about the transport? Hang on a minute. Horse and cart? Who's doing the research on this show? Is this the 1970s or the 1870s? They're making it up. Even the weather was different back then. These days, they arrange cats and dogs. In those days...
We should encourage everybody to have a little whistle, unless people get quite embarrassed, actually, won't they?
Just cats. Remember Agadoo with the hand movements? Well, the MacIver family have come up with their own version.
Each night, face, your feet, your armpits, and your private bits.
Face, feet, armpits, private bit. Face, feet, armpits, private bit. Face, feet, armpits, private bit. Well, you get the idea with that. But of course, the great joy of this programme, if you did grow up in the 70s, was the chance to see some of the old TV shows. And one in particular that united the nation every Saturday tea time with viewing figures of upwards of 23 million.
What is it? It's a television programme that I used to watch when I was a little girl.
Hi guys and gals, and welcome to Television Burp. We're professionals now, and isn't it strange when you mistake a wine goblet for a microphone?
Holland Street, move it! Going to Cowley, over.
It's a wine goblet, Cowley.
Have you read the papers?
They say never work with animals, but what do the animals say? Well, they say never work with Susie Birchall off Coronation Street.
He can stay for tonight as long as he doesn't keep me awake with his yowling. Oh, he won't yowl as long as he's dry and fed.
Oh, mind me head. Which brings us to our TV highlight of the week.
Boy, you just go on about the same thing.
Good girl, Petra. Hi, Harry. Peter Purvis from Blue Peter.
Have you noticed how the test card girl looks just like that Jenny Hanley off Magpie?
Thanks, Peter. But which is better, Jenny Handley or the test card girl? There's only one way to find out. Fight!
You don't like it? Well, it does seem very dated and slow, doesn't it?
I must say, it's nice to see Wallace and Gromit back on our screens in Wallace and Gromit's World of Invention. Not everyone's cup of tea. Which brings us to a new item that I'm calling, well, I certainly didn't expect to see that. I've seen so many things since I've been doing this show, from Wagbo to a piano-playing cat. Anything is possible, or so they say, but... I certainly didn't expect to see that. Channel 4's Coach Trip continues its journey through Europe, and our travellers were taken to Copenhagen under the watchful eye of tour guide Brendan. I did think the contestants overreacted slightly when he fell out of his kayak.
Mind out the way, don't knock me over, because if you bump...
I do like Brendan, though. I don't know what it is about him.
Te amo. Then he put his hands around my waist.
So off we went to Odense, the home of Hans Christian Andersen, which fired up Glenn no end.
Welcome to, do you know where you are today? You are in Odense. Odense is the fairy tale capital of the world.
I want his job. I really want his job. Please, somebody, can I be Hans Christian Andersen in England?
Oh, what can I say? We aim to please. So tonight, as Hans Christian Andersen, it's Glenn from Coach Trip.
Hans Christian Andersen, I've many a tale to tell, and though I'm a cobbler, I'd say I tell them rather well. I'll mend your shoes and I'll fix your boot when I've got a moment free, when I'm not otherwise occupied as a purple duck or a mountainside or a quarter after 3. Hans Christian Andersen, Andersen, that's me, and that is me.
That's all from us. Good night.